Let me ask you, when you hear the word freedom, what's the first thing that pops into your mind? Maybe it's national independence or the ability to choose your own path. But Galatians 5:1 flips the script. It is for freedom that Christ has set us free. In the original Greek, the term eleutheria is used for freedom. It's not just political liberty, it's a release from inner chains. We're talking about spiritual emancipation, not just swapping one set of rules for another. Now, you might be thinking, isn't Christianity just another set of do's and don'ts? I get it. But Paul's point is radical. Christ removes the yoke of slavery that's ancient speak for oppressive burdens, like a farmer's harness forcing an ox to plow. Imagine walking through life with a heavy backpack filled with guilt, fear, and shame. Jesus says, "Let me take that." He's not offering temporary relief, he's cutting the straps for good. So, as we celebrate freedom on a national level today, remember, the deepest, most lasting liberty isn't about the laws of the land, it's about the freedom Christ secured for you on the cross. Let's dig into what Paul meant by the yoke of slavery. Picture this. The Galatian Christians were being pressured to follow the old Mosaic law, hundreds of rules, rituals, and sacrifices. That spiritual legalism, where you're always wondering, am I good enough? Did I check all the boxes? Paul uses the legal term nomos for law. It's like a contract with fine print so detailed, you're bound to mess up. Doesn't that sound exhausting? Now, some of you might be asking, but aren't rules important? Absolutely. But Paul draws a sharp line. Rules can guide, but they can't save. That's the conflict, living by the law versus living by grace. Imagine a GPS that only warns you after you've missed every turn. That's what the law does, it points out where you've gone wrong, but never helps you stay on course. So Paul says, don't go back to that old system. Stand firm in Christ's freedom, or you risk trading peace for perpetual anxiety. But what does this freedom really look like day to day? Is it just a nice idea? Or does it actually change how we live? Let's get practical here. Paul talks about sina, loaded word, right? In Greek, hamartia means missing the mark, like an archer aiming for the bullseye but falling short. We all experience that. Grace, on the other hand, is charis, unearned favor, a gift you can't buy or barter for. Now you might be thinking, if I'm free, does it mean I can do anything I want? That's the tension. Paul argues that true freedom isn't a license for selfishness, but an invitation to live out love and purpose. Let me tell you a story. I once met a man who spent years trapped in addiction. He tried every self-help rulebook, but only found relief when he realized he couldn't fix himself, that he needed grace, not just willpower. That's the heart of it. Freedom in Christ isn't about escaping responsibility, it's about being empowered to live differently, no longer shackled by guilt or old patterns. So how do we stand firm in this freedom, as Galatians 5:1 urges? It's one thing to know you're free, but another to actually walk it out when old fears or habits sneak in. The word stand firm comes from the Greek steko. Think of a soldier holding his ground in battle, unwavering. This isn't passive waiting, it's active resistance against anything trying to drag us back into old mindsets. Maybe you face voices, internal or external, saying, "You're not enough, you've messed up too much." Sound familiar? The conflict is real, but here's the resolution. Remind yourself of your identity in Christ, not your past. Here's a tip. Practice gratitude and affirmation. Each morning, reflect on what Christ has done for you. When doubts hit, anchor yourself in truth, not feelings. So, as you move through today, whether you're at a parade, a family barbecue, or just reflecting quietly, remember, you're not just free on paper, you're free in Christ. And that's a freedom worth celebrating every single day.